A week ago, the 6200 block of Riverside Drive was a crime scene, and on Wednesday, it became the site of a vigil for 21-year-old Sharde Tiny Cooper, a daughter, friend, and loved one whose family says should still be here.
That was a real, innocent, loving woman, man.
Deputies say Cooper was found shot outside of a residence June 24th, and 33-year-old Kennedy George was arrested minutes later. 5 days after the shooting, Cooper died from her injuries. As loved ones grapple with the loss, they hope her story sparks conversations about domestic violence.
Should no one lose their life to feelings that's not meeting the same feelings?
That conversation comes as advocates say they are seeing abuse become more dangerous. Not necessarily more cases, but more violence ending in serious injuries or tragedy.
Last year in 2025, Louisiana had 51 homicides attributed to domestic violence.
Considering the case of Cooper, Mark Medina with Metro Centers for Community Advocacy says,
it is very likely that that's going to end up being a domestic violence homicide. But because some of them don't get classified that way, there are probably way more that happen than the numbers report.
Court records show George was convicted of stalking in 2021. According to victim advocates, that's a warning sign that should never be ignored. More than half of domestic violence homicides involve documented stalking before the killing.
Stalking is right up there with the number one way to predict a lethal incident later on.
Medina says Metro Centers has already fielded hundreds of domestic violence-related crisis calls in Jefferson Parish this year.
We've already had 942 crisis calls come to Metro Centers this year alone.
And he says guns by far are the number one weapon used in domestic violence homicides.
Get help sooner rather than later, because sometimes there is no later.
Sananda McCall, WWL, Louisiana.